The strongest people smile after losing everything. That sounds impossible. Until life takes everything you thought you couldn't live without. Your plans, your friends, your confidence, your peace. Maybe you've already lived that moment. The day your world fell apart and nobody knew how much you were hurting. You smiled. But inside, you were asking, how do I start again? Most people think strength is never falling. They're wrong. Strength is standing up when you have every reason to stay down. I've lost people I couldn't replace. I've watched dreams disappear. I've felt the weight of failure, so heavy that breathing felt difficult. But I learned something. Life can take almost everything from you. Your money, your reputation, your comfort, even the people you thought would never leave. But there's one thing life can never steal, unless you surrender it yourself. Your will to keep moving. The world will test that will again and again and again. Not because it hates you, because it's asking one question. Who are you when everything is gone? Your answer to that question will define your entire life. Because anyone can smile when life is easy. But the person who chooses hope after losing everything becomes impossible to break. So before you give up, remember this. You haven't reached the end of your story. You've only reached the chapter where legends are created. No one prepares you for the silence that comes after losing everything. At first, you don't even feel the pain. You're numb. You keep hoping it's a bad dream. You wait for life to return to the way it was. But it doesn't. The people you trusted are gone. The future you imagined has disappeared. The person you used to be feels like a stranger. Maybe you felt that too. You gave your best and still lost. You stayed loyal and got betrayed. You worked harder than everyone else, yet watched someone else succeed. That's when the questions begin. Why me? What did I do wrong? Is this all I'll ever be? Every failure becomes a voice. Every rejection becomes another scar. Every lonely night convinces you that maybe the world has already forgotten you. You stop recognizing your own strength. You compare your life to everyone else's. You scroll through their victories while hiding your own pain. You laugh around people, then break down when you're alone. That's the battle nobody sees. Not the loss itself, the war inside your mind, the voice that whispers, you're finished. You'll never recover. This is where your story ends. And the hardest part is that voice sounds like your own. Many people surrender right there, not because they ran out of strength, because they ran out of hope. But listen to me. Rock bottom isn't where your life ends. It's where every illusion dies. The fake friends, the false confidence, the easy path. Everything unnecessary is stripped away. And for the first time, you're left with one question. When everything is gone, who are you really? Loss doesn't destroy you. It reveals you. That's the truth most people fear. Anyone can smile when life is easy. Anyone can dream when nothing is at risk. But when everything falls apart, your real character appears. That's the dark philosophy. The world doesn't break people. It removes everything they were hiding behind. Your money, your status, your comfort, your certainty. Then it asks one question. Without all of that, who are you? Most people mistake loss for the end. It's not. It's the removal of everything that was never meant to define you. When I lost battles, I found courage. When I lost people, I learned gratitude. When I lost hope, I discovered faith in myself. Pain became my teacher. Failure became my training. Loneliness became the place where I finally met the strongest version of myself. Listen carefully. The fire doesn't hate the steel, it shapes it. The storm doesn't hate the ocean, it reveals its depth. Your suffering isn't always a punishment. Sometimes it's preparation for a life your old self could never handle. Stop asking, why did I lose everything? Start asking, what is this loss trying to teach me? Because every scar carries wisdom. Every failure carries direction. Every ending hides the beginning of a stronger chapter. Never measure your life by what you've lost. Measure it by what you refuse to become after the loss. Did you become bitter or wiser? Did you become afraid or fearless? Did you become someone who quit or someone who kept moving? Because the strongest people aren't the ones who never lose. They're the ones who lose everything and still choose to believe tomorrow is worth fighting for. That's the mindset that no loss can ever defeat. The moment you stop mourning the life you lost, you begin building the life you deserve. So what changed me? I stopped looking behind. I stopped asking, why did this happen? I started asking, what can I become because of it? That's the shift. Your past is a lesson, not a prison. You can't change yesterday, but you can decide who wakes up tomorrow. The version that keeps crying over what was lost, or the version that fights for what can still be built. Every sunrise gives you that choice. Choose wisely. Your pain is real. Feel it, but don't live inside it. Your scars are real. Carry them, but don't let them carry you. Every loss has two endings. One ends with surrender. The other begins with growth. Choose growth. When your heart feels broken, keep moving. When your mind whispers, it's over, take one more step. When the world tells you, you'll never recover, recover in silence. Most people think rebuilding happens in one big moment. It doesn't. It happens in the smallest decisions. Getting out of bed, training when you don't feel like it, smiling when life gives you nothing to smile about, believing when there's no proof. That's how legends return. Not because they never lost, because they refuse to let loss become their identity. One day, people will look at your success and call you lucky. They'll never see the nights you cried in silence, the mornings you fought your own mind, the days you wanted to quit, but chose another step instead. That's your real victory. Not getting everything back, becoming someone who no longer needs the past to believe in the future. Because the strongest people aren't the ones who never break. They're the ones who rebuild themselves, stronger than before. Sometimes life takes everything, so you can finally see what truly matters. Loss changes people. Some become bitter. Some become stronger. The difference isn't the pain, it's the choice they make after it. Maybe you've already lost something you thought you couldn't live without. A relationship, a friendship, a dream, a chance, a version of yourself. At first, all you can see is what's missing. The empty space, the silence, the memories that refuse to leave. You wonder if you'll ever feel whole again. That's normal. But don't build your home inside your heartbreak. Visit the pain, learn from it, then leave. Because if you stay there too long, grief becomes your identity. I learned that every loss leaves something behind, not money, not comfort, a lesson. The people who betrayed you taught you discernment. The failures taught you resilience. The lonely nights taught you how to stand on your own. You didn't just lose. You learned, and those lessons are worth more than the things you lost. One day, you'll realize the people who walked away created space for the people who truly belong. The dreams that failed prepared you for dreams that fit who you've become. Nothing meaningful grows without change, and change always feels like loss before it feels like growth. So don't hate the chapter you're in. It may be the chapter that transforms your entire story, because when life removes everything unnecessary, it leaves behind the one thing that matters most, the person you're becoming. Protect that person. Fight for that person, because they're stronger than the one who walked into the storm. The greatest gifts in life rarely arrive wrapped in comfort. Pain is a strange teacher. Nobody asks for it. Nobody welcomes it. Yet it teaches lessons that comfort never could. That's the dark philosophy. Comfort keeps you asleep. Pain wakes you up. Before I lost everything, I believed strength came from what I had. My victories, my friends, my confidence. Then life took them away, and I discovered something greater. Real strength was never outside me. It was inside me all along. Loss didn't create that strength, it revealed it. Most people spend their lives running from pain. They numb it, hide it, blame it. But pain isn't your enemy. Staying the same is. Every scar is proof that you survived a battle others thought would end you. Every failure carries a lesson that success could never teach. Every lonely night forces you to become your own source of hope. Stop asking, why is this happening to me? Ask, what is this pain preparing me for? Because every storm has a purpose, not to destroy the ship, but to teach the captain how to sail through impossible waves. One day, you'll thank the battles you once hated, not because they were easy, because they transformed you. The world may remember your victories, but your character was built by your defeats. So don't fear pain, use it. Don't run from loss. Learn from it, because the strongest souls aren't born in comfort. They're forged in the moments when everything falls apart and they choose to keep moving anyway. The storm wasn't sent to end your journey. It was sent to change the person walking it. Look at yourself. You're still here. After every betrayal, every failure, every night you thought you couldn't survive, you're still standing. That isn't luck. That's proof you've become stronger than your pain. That's the shift. Stop wishing the storm never happened. Without it, you would still be the person who feared every wave. Now you know something different. You can survive. You can rebuild. You can begin again. Every loss gave you a choice. Become a victim or become a warrior. Every setback asked, will you quit or will you grow? Answer with your actions, not your words. Wake up, even when your heart feels heavy. Train, even when motivation disappears. Smile, not because life is perfect, because you've decided your hope is stronger than your pain. One day, people will call you fearless. They'll never see the thousands of moments where you were terrified, but refused to stop. That's real courage, not the absence of fear, the decision to move while fear walks beside you. So don't chase the life you lost. Build a life that's even stronger. Don't become the person who survived the storm. Become the person the storm could never destroy. Because the strongest version of you isn't waiting before the pain. It's waiting on the other side of it. The person who has rebuilt themselves fears nothing the world can take away. Think about it. What can life threaten? When you've already survived your worst days, you've lost, you've cried, you've failed, you've watched people leave, and yet you're still here. That's the lesson. The world has less power over you Once you've learned you can survive without what you once thought you needed, that's the dark philosophy. Most people protect their comfort. Warriors protect their character. Comfort disappears. Character remains. The strongest people don't become fearless because life is kind. They become fearless because pain taught them they can survive anything. Every broken dream made you wiser. Every betrayal made you more aware. Every lonely night forced you to discover strength no one could give you. Never hate those moments. They built the version of you that comfort never could. People think success creates confidence. Sometimes it's surviving failure that creates unshakable confidence. Because once you've climbed out of darkness, ordinary problems stop frightening you. Remember this, the fire that almost destroyed you also removed everything weak inside you. What's left is stronger, calmer, wiser, no longer desperate for approval, no longer controlled by fear, no longer broken by temporary losses. So don't look at your scars with shame. Look at them as proof. Proof that you refused to surrender. Proof that you kept moving when everything inside you wanted to stop. And that's why a rebuilt soul is the strongest force in the world, because it knows one truth. No matter what life takes next, I already know how to rise again. When you've survived your worst day, nothing else has the power to stop you. This is where everything changes. You stop asking, what if I lose again? You start saying, if I survived once, I'll survive again. That's the mindset, not confidence built on success. Confidence built on survival. You no longer fear failure because failure already introduced itself and you kept walking. You no longer fear rejection because the people who left made room for the people who truly belong. You no longer fear starting over because you've already proven you can rebuild from nothing. That's what makes you unbreakable. Not that life becomes easier, but that your spirit becomes stronger than every obstacle. From this day forward, stop seeing yourself as someone who lost everything. See yourself as someone who couldn't be destroyed. Wake up with purpose. Train with discipline. Speak with honesty. Move with courage. Protect your peace. Guard your heart. And never allow temporary pain to make permanent decisions for your future. The strongest people don't carry the weight of yesterday. They carry the lessons. Leave the regret behind. Carry the wisdom forward. One day, someone will ask, how did you keep smiling after losing everything? You'll smile again. Not because life was easy, but because you finally understood. Nothing outside of you was ever stronger than what lived inside you. And once you believe that, no storm, no betrayal, and no failure can ever make you surrender again. Life doesn't ask if you're ready. It simply begins taking things away. Your comfort, your certainty, your plans. Sometimes, even the people you love the most. But hear me carefully. Never let loss convince you that your story is over. Because the strongest souls are not the ones who never fall. They are the ones who rise with nothing left but their will. So this is my challenge to you. For the next 30 days, stop mourning the life you lost. Start building the life you're meant to live. Wake up with purpose. Train when your body says stop. Work when nobody believes in you. Keep your promises, especially the ones you made to yourself. When failure returns, shake its hand and keep walking. When betrayal finds you, learn the lesson, but don't let it poison your heart. When loneliness surrounds you, remember this: you are not alone. You're becoming the person most people never have the courage to become. Never beg for people to stay. Never chase what's already gone. Never let yesterday steal today's opportunity. Protect your smile, not because life is easy, but because your spirit refuses to surrender. One day, people will look at your success and call you lucky. They'll never see the nights you cried, the mornings you almost quit, the battles you fought in silence. They'll only see the person who survived. But you'll know the truth. You weren't saved by luck. You were saved by one decision made over and over again. I will not quit. That's what makes legends. Not talent, not perfect timing, not an easy life, a heart that refuses to break. So if life takes everything, let it. It can take your comfort. It can take your past. It can even take your victories. But never let it take your courage. Because the moment you keep moving, with nothing left but hope, you become unstoppable. And that's when the world realizes it never defeated you. It only revealed who you really were.